Your wealth might be leaking away every single day because of one habit that 90% of struggling people share: the way they place their shoes at the door. It sounds absurd, does it not? But in Feng Shui, shoes are objects that absorb low energy and bring outside vibrations into your home. If placed incorrectly, they do not just make your home feel heavy, they can block the very flow of prosperity itself. Even hard-working, kind, and frugal people often struggle financially simply because they do not realize they are blocking good energy right at the entrance. And do you know what is strange? By simply turning the direction of your shoes, you can turn the direction of your destiny. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to this channel to discover real-life Feng Shui secrets. And if you are ready to step into a new stream of energy, leave a comment. I open the path for abundance, starting today. Because every word you speak is a vibration, and today you have just started your journey of transformation. You may not think much about where you leave your shoes, but in Feng Shui, this simple detail can decide whether energy flows freely into your home or gets blocked right at the threshold. Shoes are the first thing you remove when you come home, and the last thing you put on before you leave. They touch dust, chaotic vibrations, and the friction of the outside world. In Feng Shui, the front door is the mouth of the home, where positive energy enters. If this mouth is blocked, clogged, or polluted with dirty, damaged, or messy shoes, then good energy simply cannot enter. And when energy cannot enter, money cannot either. Your home is like a body. The front door is like its nose. If the nose is blocked, you cannot breathe deeply. And if prosperity energy is not flowing properly, your own energy will feel stagnant, mentally, emotionally, and financially. Have you ever come home and suddenly felt tired? Your mood dropped. You felt like doing nothing. Chances are it is not just work stress. It is the blocked energy waiting for you at the very door, caused by shoes. There is something else. Feng Shui views shoes as an energy filter. They can filter out negative energy if placed correctly, or double the bad energy if placed incorrectly. Messy shoes, chaotic home, shoes facing inward, energy retreating, shoes stacked on each other, good luck being suppressed. And this is not just Eastern belief. Even Western space organizing experts like Marie Kondo and top interior designers recommend this. The simpler, cleaner, and clearer your entryway is, the smoother, brighter, and more inspiring your life becomes. So do not underestimate how you place your shoes. It is like welcoming someone into your home. If shoes are piled up right at the threshold, blocking the way, abundance, opportunities, and helpful people will simply turn away. But if the entryway is clean, shoes neatly arranged, facing outward, you are inviting good energy to step right in. A small change, a simple action, but powerful enough to shift your destiny. If you feel like your life is slowing down, finances stagnant, luck never arriving, no matter how hard you try, you might be missing one critical detail: the way you place your shoes at the door. It may sound silly, but in Feng Shui, objects placed at the entryway, like shoes, act as energy filters. They can either welcome prosperity or send it away. And most of us are doing it wrong. Let me break down 6 everyday habits that quietly block money, opportunities, and even happiness. 1. Leaving shoes. Blocking the door. Stopping prosperity without realizing it. Most people leave shoes right in front of the door for convenience. You come home, take them off, and drop them there. But what seems harmless is actually a major Feng Shui mistake, and it could be the reason money struggles to enter your home. In Feng Shui, the front door is not just an entry. It is where positive energy, prosperity, and luck flow in. If shoes block this area, good energy is immediately stopped. It is like placing a boulder in the middle of a stream. The water cannot flow naturally. Shoes also carry dirt and negative energy from the outside world. When you leave them at the very threshold of your home, that energy spreads inward. You may not notice it instantly, but over time, you will feel it: fatigue, frustration, constant financial struggles, and unexplained dips in mood. Solution: move shoes to the side of the doorway or place them in a closed cabinet. Keep the entrance clean, open, and organized. This does more than improve aesthetics. It clears the path for positive energy, opportunities, and prosperity to flow into your life. 2. Stacking shoes on top of each other, crushing your own luck. When space is limited, many people stack shoes to save room. It looks neat at first glance, but this is actually one of the most common Feng Shui mistakes, and it can suppress your prosperity energy right from the start. Shoes represent journeys, forward movement, and progress. When you stack them, especially when dirty or damaged shoes are piled on top of ones you use often, you are symbolically pressing down your own opportunities and luck. The energy in that area becomes heavy, congested, and unable to circulate. Stacked shoes also create visual clutter. Every time you look at that messy pile, your mind subconsciously absorbs chaos, leading to irritation, distraction, and a sense of being out of control. Solution: place each pair side by side on a clean, flat surface. Do not stack. Keep only 2 or 3 pairs near the door and store the rest elsewhere. This small step creates space for fresh energy and prosperity to enter. 3. Shoes facing inward, a sign of retreating energy. When you take off your shoes, it is natural to leave them facing inward. It feels quick and convenient, but this simple habit sends an unintended Feng Shui message. Inward-facing shoes symbolize energy retreating, wealth turning away, and luck heading in the opposite direction. In Feng Shui, direction matters. For energy, wealth, and opportunities, outward-facing shoes send a clear message: I am ready to move forward. I welcome good fortune. Inward-facing shoes, especially at the entrance, create a backward flow, as if pushing blessings back out the door. This is not just symbolic. Many people report that after changing this habit, they feel lighter, more optimistic, and even see smoother progress in work and finances without changing anything else. Solution: when removing shoes, simply turn them outward. It takes seconds but signals an intentional shift in energy that can transform your daily experience. 4. Keeping old or damaged shoes, holding on to poverty energy. We often keep old or worn-out shoes just in case, but in Feng Shui, damaged items, especially shoes, are magnets for stagnant energy. Shoes carry the imprint of past journeys. When they are no longer in use, their energy stops circulating and becomes a dead zone, where good energy decays and turns negative. Holding on to torn or misshapen shoes symbolizes clinging to outdated struggles and prevents fresh opportunities from entering. People often wonder why life feels repetitive, stuck in the same loop. They try to change their external circumstances, but internally, the heaviness remains. This often stems from keeping too many old items, especially shoes that are broken, peeling, or no longer fit. Solution: if you have not worn them in 6 months, or if seeing them makes you feel uninspired, it is time to let them go. Clearing out old shoes is not just decluttering, it is cleansing your energy. 5. Dirty, dusty shoes, bringing negative energy into your home. Shoes directly contact the ground, collecting dust, bacteria, and chaotic energy from the outside world. Every day they pass through busy streets, noisy places, and emotionally heavy environments. If you do not clean them regularly, you are unknowingly bringing all that negativity into your home, letting it gather right at the door. Feng Shui views dirty shoes as sources of bad energy contamination. Dust does more than harm hygiene. It darkens the energy at the entry, the very point where blessings are supposed to flow in. When negative energy accumulates here, positive energy struggles to enter. The result? Fatigue, low motivation, and financial stagnation without clear explanation. Solution: once a week, take a few minutes to gently clean your shoes with a damp cloth or soft brush. Place a small bag of activated charcoal or herbal sachets nearby to absorb bad energy. This simple habit can refresh the energy of your entire home. 6. Shoes left exposed, disrupting the energy flow throughout your home. You might arrange your shoes neatly, but if they are left fully exposed at the entrance, visible to everyone, you are still making a major Feng Shui mistake. Shoes are considered low-energy items because of their constant contact with the ground. When left uncovered, this low energy spreads freely into your living space, mixing with clean energy and causing chaos. Over time, this weakens positive energy, leaving your home feeling heavier and less serene. Exposed shoes also create a sense of clutter for anyone who walks in, even if they are neatly lined up. Guests subconsciously sense this energy mess right at your door, which can affect their perception of you and your home. Solution: if you have a shoe cabinet, keep it closed. If not, use a light-colored cloth, a small curtain, or a simple shoebox to cover them. This not only protects clean energy, but also makes your space feel more welcoming, balanced, and orderly. Shoes may be small items, but they have a major impact on the flow of energy in and out of your home. In Feng Shui, the way you place your shoes affects more than just tidiness. It determines whether prosperity energy can circulate freely. Many people leave shoes scattered without realizing they are creating energetic chaos in their living space. Here are the 3 most powerful Feng Shui ways to arrange shoes. Method 1. Turn shoe tips outward. Create a positive energy flow. One of the most common habits people have is taking off their shoes and leaving them facing inward toward the house. It seems completely normal, even convenient. But in Feng Shui, this detail is extremely important because the direction of the shoe tips symbolizes the flow of energy. In Feng Shui, the tip of the shoe is seen as the direction of energy. If the shoes point inward, you create a reverse flow, as if prosperity and good luck are being pushed out. But if you turn them outward toward the door, you open the path for positive energy to enter smoothly and naturally. This simple action carries a clear message. You are ready to welcome something new and positive. Turning your shoes outward is not just physical organization. It is also an energetic shift in your attitude, from closed off to open, from passive to proactive. And that is exactly the posture Feng Shui encourages if you want to activate prosperity, helpful people, and opportunities. Many people who tried this shared that they felt clearer, calmer, and noticed improvements in work and finances after changing the way they place their shoes. It is not that the shoes bring luck. It is that you create intentional clarity in your space, and the universe always responds positively to conscious living. You do not need to buy any special Feng Shui items. Simply turning your shoes outward every day is enough to start a positive shift. A small action, but the first step to guiding prosperity straight into your home. Method 2. Cover your shoes. Keep the energy clean and calm. You might already arrange your shoes neatly, but if they are still fully exposed at the entrance, you are allowing low energy to spill into your living space. In Feng Shui, shoes are considered low-energy objects because they touch the ground, where dust, waste, and chaotic outside energy accumulate. When shoes are left uncovered, that low energy easily spreads into the entryway, the very spot meant to welcome prosperity. The more shoes are exposed, the heavier and more cluttered the energy becomes. Positive energy needs a calm space to settle. If stale energy keeps leaking from uncovered shoes, blessings will not stay in your home for long. The solution is extremely simple. Cover your shoes. If you have a shoe cabinet, keep the doors closed. If not, use a light-colored fabric, a soft curtain, or even a simple wooden panel to block them. Feng Shui calls this softening energy, creating a gentle barrier that contains low energy and prevents it from spreading. A clean space is not just about removing dust. It is about preventing energy chaos. Covering your shoes creates a calmer, more refined entrance. Guests will feel at ease the moment they step inside. You will also notice your own mind feeling less cluttered and more relaxed whenever you come or go. For extra effect, you can place a small bowl of salt or a bag of activated charcoal near the shoe area. These absorb negative energy and keep the space dry and balanced. You can even add a few drops of soothing essential oils like lavender, lemongrass, or peppermint around the cover, refreshing the scent and energy of the space. Remember, covering shoes is not about hiding mess. It is about protecting your home's energy. When good energy is preserved and undisturbed, prosperity finds it easier to stay. Method 3. Limit the number of shoes at the door. Less is more for prosperity. Many people keep too many shoes piled at the entrance. Each time they buy a new pair, they cram it in, thinking that as long as it is not too messy, it is fine. But in Feng Shui, this unintentionally clogs prosperity energy because the doorway is already overfilled. The front door is the main channel for positive energy to enter the home, like a highway for blessings. If this area is crowded with unnecessary shoes, the energy flow becomes blocked, stagnant, and prosperity cannot pass through smoothly. A corner full of shoes does not just look messy, it subtly creates heaviness in your mood, making you feel overwhelmed and uneasy in that space. Feng Shui teaches, wherever there is empty space, energy flows freely. This is true not only energetically, but also psychologically. A clear doorway feels open, welcoming, and unburdened, signaling that you are ready to receive better things. The fix is easy. Keep only 2 or 3 pairs of shoes you use daily near the door. Store seasonal or rarely used shoes elsewhere, in a closet inside the room, or in less trafficked areas. This does not mean you will lack shoes. It means you are controlling your space and directing the energy flow properly. Many people notice immediate changes after doing this. Their doorway feels brighter, lighter, and more inviting. Some even say that reducing shoe clutter at the door helped them declutter unnecessary worries in their minds. Remember, Feng Shui does not say more means wealth. Quite the opposite. When you create space for energy to move, that is when good fortune easily comes knocking at your door. Do you ever feel like you are living in a loop, working endlessly, but never saving a dime, putting in so much effort, yet seeing only tiny results? Sometimes it feels like everything around you is stuck, unfinished tasks, money not coming in, your spirit weighed down. If this cycle keeps repeating, it might not be because you are unlucky. It might be because your prosperity is being blocked, right inside the house you live in. In Feng Shui, your living space is more than just a place to stay. It is your second body. If the energy in your home is not flowing smoothly, your internal energy will also be disrupted. And one of the strongest energy blockages, yet most often overlooked, is the shoe area by your front door. Picture this every morning. You step outside and see a pile of messy, dusty, even moldy shoes. The air feels heavy, your mood rushed and irritated. The first moments of your day are already affected by disorder, creating negative energy that follows you throughout the day. And every evening, when you come home tired, you open the door and the first thing you see is the same messy pile, dirty shoes, lingering odors. Does that really feel relaxing? Or does it make you feel even more drained? This is one of the clearest signs that the energy in your home is blocked. Feng Shui views the front entrance as the mouth of energy, where prosperity, luck, and opportunities enter. If this area is chaotic, blocked by shoes, covered in dust, it is like you are building an invisible wall that stops good fortune from coming into your life. And this is not just spiritual belief. Modern science shows that clutter directly affects mood, focus, and even decision-making. A clean, organized space helps you think more clearly, feel more in control, and yes, even feel luckier. So if you feel stuck, financially strained, or constantly missing opportunities, do not blame fate. Step outside your door and look back at your shoe area. The answer might be right there. A tidy, bright, and clean shoe space sends a signal to the universe. You are ready to welcome good things. In contrast, clutter and stagnation keep you trapped in old energy, where prosperity cannot flow. Believe in small changes. Because sometimes, clearing just one small corner of your home can shift the destiny of your entire family. After you have cleaned and organized your shoe area, the next step to open the path for prosperity is to activate positive energy right there. You do not need big changes. Just one or two small, well-placed items can make a surprising difference. First, think of a small green plant. It does not have to be big. Even a tiny jade plant, snake plant, or mini money tree near the entryway is enough. Plants not only purify the air, but also symbolize vitality and growth. In Feng Shui, a healthy plant near the front door draws in prosperity and holds blessings for the household. If you want to go further, place a small jar of sea salt or a few crystals near the shoe area. This is a simple way to absorb negative energy. Sea salt has long been known as a powerful purifier. Just put it in a small container and discreetly tuck it near the shoe rack. That is all you need. Another elegant option is a metal wind chime. Hang it beside the front door. The soft, clear sound of the chime not only calms the mind, but also helps circulate energy, inviting good fortune into the home. Choose one with a bright but gentle tone, soothing rather than overwhelming, so the breeze creates a peaceful vibration every time it blows. Most importantly, no matter what object you choose, the golden rule is to keep the area clean, bright, and well ventilated. That is the simplest way to tell the universe you are ready to welcome better things. You do not need grand gestures to shift your fortune. Start with the shoe area. A small corner, but one with powerful Feng Shui influence. It is the place you leave to face the world, and the place you return to after a long day. If that space is messy, outdated, or filled with stagnant energy, it can affect both your mood and your prosperity. Clean it. Remove old shoes. Add a bright touch. A small plant, a simple Feng Shui object. Each small change helps open a much bigger door. The door to abundance, peace, and good fortune. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe so you do not miss weekly Feng Shui tips for a more harmonious and prosperous life. And leave a comment saying, "I am realigning the energy of my life, one step at a time." A small statement, but one that can set positive energy in motion starting today.